Hey everybody, welcome to Tech Tuesday. That's right, this is Tech Tuesday for June 27th, 2022. And let's get right into it. I'm not happy with privacy in gaming. In fact, I might be a little bit more than disgusted at this point by the fact that gaming companies are rewriting their terms of service because they want to spy on you to make sure that you don't hurt anybody else's feels. This article, ooh, it steams me. Riot Games is not your friend, not just because they, have that anti-cheat always on. Let's take a look at it. Here we go. So this article comes from The Verge, and yeah, I know, it's The Verge, but sometimes they put out some good stuff, and this seems to be more fact-based reporting than we normally get from them, so, I have to be a little bit thankful that this is out there at all. And from their headline, it says, Valorant will start monitoring your voice chat starting July 13th. Oh, I bet you didn't know that, or if you'd heard about it before, it was quite some time ago, all the way back in April, but we'll get to that in a moment. So Riot's going to start listening to what's happening in the background. Now, it's not going to do anything with that right away, except that's a lie. Let's read the story and find out what's actually happening here. Riot Games, a developer behind the first-person shooter, and this is a free first-person shooter called Valorant, will start monitoring players' voice communications on July 13th. The game company says it's to help train the language models that will eventually be used when evaluating player reports across all its games. So an algorithm is going to be listening to you. Great. Riot initially announced this change in April 2021 after making an update to its privacy policy. Now, the new terms give Riot permission to record and potentially evaluate voice data when using Riot-owned voice comms channels, with the purpose of combating, here we go, hate speech and harassment over voice chat. That is incredibly vague and can be misused like anything, and probably will be. Riot says it will analyze recordings when a player reports someone for abusive or offensive comments. In turn, this should help the company determine whether the reported player violated its policies and take action accordingly. There's a decent chance no human being will ever listen to this, and if that's the case, how could this possibly be, utilized? Because context matters, especially if you're in a room with your friends, where you call each other names all the time, and you have been ever since you started gaming. You're not going to police my language, but we'll get to some alternatives here in a moment. Riot isn't going to start assessing player reports based on these recordings just yet. It's using the information it collects to help build the beta of the system it expects to roll out later this year. For now, Riot will only evaluate the conversations of, and this irritates me, English-speaking variant players in North America. Oh goody. Why not start somewhere else with your language control? The only way to opt out of this system, and here's your alternatives, folks, is to disable voice chat completely or use another communication tool like Discord. Well, I would recommend Guilded rather than Discord, but hey, that's on you. This is a quote from the Riot Notes gaming team, right? We know that before we can think of expanding this tool, we'll have to be confident it's effective. And if mistakes happen, we have systems in place to make sure we can correct any false positives or false negatives for that matter. Well, how about not do it at all and have people behave like adults? Or if they're not adults, have them learn to deal with adversity in their life for once, because it'll help them in the future. When this system is actually rolled out, Riot says it won't actively monitor your live game comms and will only potentially listen to and review voice logs. Baloney. They're gonna record everything. And you know what? This is beyond what they were already doing, as it talks about here in the article. Even still, this is bound to raise players' concerns surrounding privacy, much like the always-on Vanguard anti-cheat system that monitors your activity both in and outside of Valorant. Why is this on your computer at all to begin with? I would uninstall this game. I would uninstall the anti-cheat, and I might figure out a way to take a class action lawsuit at Riot Games. Because, let me tell you, you have no business residing on my computer when I'm not engaged with any of your products, let alone always on. Excuse me. So this planned reporting system isn't the only way that Valorant is attempting to crack down on toxic. See these words they're using? They're buzzwords now, folks. They're weasel words. They're icky, and they're using them for a purpose anyway. On toxic players. Earlier this year, Riot started letting Valorant players add specific words or phrases to a muted words list that's supposed to help block out abusive content in chat. And there you go. Look, I'm not a fan of any form of censorship. I think people will always find a way to circumvent it. I have a feeling that, obviously, if you want to just talk with your friends in game chats, sure, you can use Discord, of course, and other voice chat apps, but I'm going to use Guilded. Why would you even have this game on your computer? This thing is one giant privacy suck, like a lot of other stuff that's out there right now. I don't know. What do you think? Give me your comments down below. Do you even play this game? Do you care about this game? Is it worth anybody's time to have it on their computer for all of its privacy sucking features that are in there? I don't think so. Do you think that this could come back to haunt Riot Games? Do you think that there could be some class action lawsuits that could come about because of these types of tactics? I think so. But feel free to engage down below. Hopefully we can have a conversation. I would like to know if any of you are playing the game, as I mentioned first, but I have no interest in it. Probably will absolutely never engage with anything that has that Vanguard anti-cheat system. And believe me, I will be on the lookout for it. Of course, please support other independent creators out here bringing you gaming news or any kind of news that is outside of what the corporate content creators cover, because hey, let's face it, right now they're the only source of information that you have that's probably not terribly politically biased or agenda driven. Of course, my agenda is pretty obvious here. I'm against this kind of censorship, so maybe I have an agenda too, but that's okay. I don't claim to be a journalist. Commentator, editorial, that's what I do. And of course, with that being said, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.